Hey, welcome back. Something's different. Not sure what. Anyway, we are continuing well past 30 days now. I forgot to mention that. We are now more than 30 days past into this project, the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have the Living Desert. The Living Desert is not what I expected it to be. I thought it would be one of those more modern, nature documentary things that are shot in 4K or even 8K or whatever it is, and have all this super high tech stuff and like astounding shots. And this has that. It does have pretty cool shots. And why is that dot all over my face? Oh, the light. Anyway, it has all that, but this was shot in 1953. For the technology of its time, there's a lot of impressive shots here. It's there's a lot of like time lapse and some in an effort to be, I guess, humorous in some ways. There's a lot of backtracking, a lot of movement forward and backwards with the camera in post, kind of thing. But it's a really well shot thing, and it covers everything from just the creation of the deserts, why we have a desert. What it does is it covers actually Death Valley in California and the western United States, and it tells us why the desert exists in that exact spot, based on weather and the way the whole planet works, and it has. By the way, it includes some animation here. Some animated bits that are just sort of painting the desert. It's got a unique Disney feel to it, and that goes even as far as the music. It is very much musical in this, in the sense that even all the animals, even the creatures, are given sound effects. Flourishes of music based on what they're doing. If they're chittering or they're running really fast or whatever, it's kind of all accented by the music, which for some people might be a little obnoxious if they're wanting something that's really informative and deep. Again, this is meant to appeal to children, meant to appeal to people who enjoy nature, who just but want to see it from a fun little angle. The narrator is very much 1950s male voice. If you've heard stuff from the 1950s, you know what I mean. This little creature is having the time of his life. That kind of thing. And oh no, here comes Mrs. Tarantula. She is super hungry. That kind of, sound. Anyway, they set them up in little situations. While there is tons of photography taken right from the desert itself, I get the feeling that a lot of it was shot in a contained indoor space that was meant to look like the desert, and then they sort of just threw animals in there and see how they reacted. Like, oh, now it's a tarantula versus snake. Now it's a snake versus a red hawk. Ooh, now a wasp versus the tarantula. And it's like they keep coming back to the tarantula, by the way. The tarantula is like a major character in this thing. Like, literally, they're characters, almost. That dot's bugging me. They're characters that they've sort of given nicknames to. Skinny, here comes Skinny. Skinny's the one who's going to save the day. That kind of thing. Again, it might sound obnoxious, but it really is not. I just make it sound that way. It might be my voice. But yeah, so yeah, if you get a chance, honestly, this is the kind of thing I think younger kids would be fascinated by. Just some of the weirdness that comes out of this, and not everybody in this episode makes it out alive. Seriously, there's a lot of death in this thing, and there's a huge variety of animals, everything from any types of rattlesnakes and hawks and bobcats and wasps and all sorts of bugs in that I'm gonna kill that thing, that little green dot, whatever it is. All sorts of animals. It's in my mouth. all sorts of animals through this that more than I imagined they would ever cover in a little over an hour. It's an hour and 9 minutes long. It's worth checking out. That watch it with your kids, and seriously, they'll have all sorts of questions. There is a certain part of this. They spend a lot of time on the mating rituals of tortoises, beetles, tarantulas. There's like a whole run where everybody starts getting romantic for about 10 minutes or so, and you show them fighting for dominance so they could woo the female tortoise, or you just find the women just totally wrecking the dudes and getting what they need out of them and tossing away their corpses, that kind of thing. It's fun for the whole family. So yeah, so let's it's worth checking out. It's The Living Desert. It's from 1953. It's unlike any of the new modern type of documentaries, nature documentaries you'll see today. There's a number of other ones like this on Disney Plus, so it might be worth checking out, with lions and all sorts of other things, different parts of the world, different types of animals. But for this one, the desert for western United States is it's pretty interesting. It's definitely worth it. And if you like very bold music, it's worth listening to just for the orchestration that is made just for what you're seeing on screen. It's not just like they threw over a musical soundtrack. It's note flourishes that are meant to accentuate what you're seeing on screen. So it's kind of interesting that way. We're gonna move on to tomorrow's selection. Let's bring it up here. I had to update my tablet, so guess what? It reset to 768 again. We lost yesterday's number. Let's generate 720. Ooh, down toward the very end. Excuse me, 720. 720 is... Hey, I haven't seen this in a while. It's in the T's, but it's not a the. It comes in after the, and that dot is... Okay, that's obnoxious. All right, sorry. I won't delay this any longer. 720 is Tron Legacy. There it is, Tron Legacy. Let's watch that. I haven't watched that in a while. It might have aged probably a little bit better than the original Tron, as much as I love the original Tron. It's not as easy to watch as it was when I was a kid. But that's a discussion for another day, because that Tron is on this list, and someday I'll get to it. And I still do love it. But we're going to see Tron Legacy, the sequel that was hoping to build a whole new world of Tron movies and has yet to make a third as a result. But that's a discussion, again, for another time. Tron Legacy coming up in Disney Plus tomorrow. See you there, still without facial hair. See ya.